Yo, 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 greetings. Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your man's Blane Bent, aka Bravo Picasso. Hey, yo, I got some special news for you guys, man. Now, I've been in constant competitions over the years, and I've learned a lot about the industry and how these competitions are ran, and you know, I try to I try to see what kind of content I could create from it. Create moments, share with the fans. Um, I appreciate everybody rocking with everything I've put out thus far. You know what I'm saying? It's been a wild ride. It's been a crazy journey, and I know it's been a minute. You know what I mean? It's been a month and some change, just kind of out of the internet, the matrix a little bit. Kind of been in just my real life, just trying to get right, focus on things that matter more so. And yeah, man. So my guy Scru Face Jean, if I'm saying that correctly, YouTube reactionist, hip hop artist, MC. He has a passion for battle rap. You know what I mean? Passion for the sport. And last year in 2025, he was talking about hosting a tournament, and he did. You know what I'm saying? I ended up missing that one for whatever reason, but I said to myself, yo, if it comes back around, like I'm gonna definitely hop in the ring. I like to test my tracks out. I like to. It's almost like for those DBZ fans out there, Goku, he just always had the itch to push himself. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time too, get exposed to new fighters out there, new artists out there, and kind of learn from each other and build a community. And so, I said to myself, hey man, that would be fly to enter. And I had caught one of his sneaky link lives or whatever. And basically it's a live that he'll delete after. And he was talking about hosting the tournament, right? The hip hop is a sport tournament. So I was like, man, I could definitely use that. Put that on the resume. You know what I mean? $35. Win, lose or draw, you get a reaction. He has an amazing community and channel. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I thought like, why not? Let's spice it up this year. You feel me? So I'm gonna play this clip. It's not that long, but you know, it's funny.
All right. Then we got Blane Bent Falcon Punch. Oh, sorry. Oops. I didn't realize y'all couldn't see this. My bad. I thought it was on.
All right,
All
there
right,
you
my
go.
bad. We got Quintana Mills, Terribly Slime. We got Jay Casualty, West Die Till I Die. We got Blane Bent Falcon Punch. Go ahead
Yeah.
and leave. I'm here for the niggas who for the long run. Thank you for.
So my guy Devontae, shout outs to you, bro. I was like in the live watching Screw just, come up with the list and just talk about the sport and just, prior artists that really showed out, did they thing. And I think some of them is back in the ring as well to make it interesting. And yeah, it's just, yeah, my man was like, yo, like, I think he said your name and he said Falcon Punch in a crazy way. You got to clip it. So I'm like, all right, I couldn't find it. And he found it. He found the expression that Screw had, which I thought was fire. So, you know, we create moments out of these things. You know what I'm saying? We can cook it up, And so, yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm freaking excited. You feel me? It's I think it's about like $1,200 in the pot right now. You feel me? I think it could increase. And yeah, man, the chat gets to vote. So, Screwface, he's gonna be more so a referee. You feel me? He's gonna have the whole aesthetic. And I'm just excited to be in the game again. I like back then, man, it was so shisty, with prior competitions from other people hosting them that I just vowed never again. Not because I didn't win or anything like that. It was just a lot of the politics I started to realize, like behind the scenes, and a lot of people, they market a good game of being genuine, but when it comes down to it, and when you got that element of surprise, man, and it's a good amount of money on the table, um, you're quickly to realize it's not about what they market to you, which is your talent, right? They try to bait you to see, like, do you have the talent? Do you have what it takes? And blah, 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 anything to get you in. You know what I mean? And shout outs to those folks that host competitions and they try to keep it legit. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to those guys. I do see some people in there. It's just yeah. For a while I was just like, man, like I might as well just host my own. You know what I mean? So I felt like with Screwface hosting, I want to make history. I want to create content. I want to have it on the resume, on the belt. I want to create the reaction. It's a lot of positives, a lot of upside. And it didn't really cost too much to get in. It was like $35. So, to any artist watching this, come through. You know what I'm saying? Hit them up on the Cash App or the PayPal. You know what I mean? Get your song heard at least. You can clip it up from there and, just appease your fans with, just some new content. You know what I mean? Kind of merge the bases, discover new artists, new talent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Shout out to Screwface for this. I feel like he's a genuine guy when it comes to the art form. And Falcon Punch, it's been controversial to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And it's more so a strategy on my end on why I'm going with that song to basically kind of seed the campaign for that song, get it out there. For those that rock with me already, y'all already know I got I got a catalog that's just dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I could have really went in the bag and got something else, but I said, you know what, for the news cycle, for everything that's going on right now, I think it would be perfect. The only downside to it is that I don't have actual visuals for, and I'm intentional with getting visuals. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, it's kind of like, that's where I might get edged out, is if somebody got visuals. But again, I'm exposing the song. I'm trying to, gain new fans and, you know what I mean? Just have fun. Have fun again, So shout out to Screwface. I'm going to see you in the ring, or, folks that in the ring. And to everybody watching right now, if you want to know how to get involved, I believe the contest starts the 17th. So, I know everybody got lives. They be at work and whatever, whenever he decides to go live, I'm not really sure on the time of that, but whenever he goes live, and, I'm in that bracket of 4 people, I think I got it first round, if I'm being real, like, confident. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's just, in my mind, it's, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, it is what it is. So, but, yeah, like, if you guys want to get involved, man, I'm going to definitely need support, in the chat, rooting for me, definitely voting for the song. You know what I'm saying? Screwface won't be voting for the song. I think it'll be his chat. So, if you got that type of time on you, pull up for the kid. You feel me? And let's see how far we could go. All right? Let's go.
Bravo Bagazo.